And
that to be so weird.
I feel like that's the wildest thing. Like,
gosh, questions like this stress me out.
HR. To be honest, oh my gosh.
Get in the car! Get in the car!
I would not advise this at all. We're not in the UK. We're in a different country. Thank you very much. Next question. Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Jessie.
And it's Jessica.
And for today's video, you guys are going to be watching episode 1 of Twin Talk. So we kind of had a similar series, like back in our first year of uni.
Yeah.
It was Uni Uncensored. I think that was actually really good. You guys sent in like questions and topics for us to talk about. But this time, because we're not in uni, it's now going to be Twin Talk episode 1. Non-uni related necessarily. It's just about our lives. You guys have sent in some questions, some dilemmas, some topics for us to talk about. And us, we are going to talk about them today. So if you guys want to be featured in future episodes, please make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, BotchwayTwinsX. We posted a little question box on our Instagram story and people wrote in some questions, dilemmas, advice they want. Some people just gave comments. Yeah. So just if you guys want to be featured in the next one, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram so you're ready for that. But yeah, without further ado, make sure you guys like, comment and subscribe, and let's get on with the video. Okay guys, so my snack of choice, I'm going to be having these white chocolate and cranberry cookies. To be honest, none of this sounds appetizing to me. Really a white chocolate person. I'm not a raisins person. I am not even a cranberry person, but I don't know why you chose that. Because it was the only thing downstairs, so I'm gonna have one. I'm having a Chocotac, aka a Kit Kat. Let's do a little taste test. It's giving stale. Let's get into the question. So the first one that we have, it'll be on screen, maybe. There's a comment that says, "You're the most gorgeous Crystal Palace cheerleaders ever." Thank you very much. Next question. So the first topic is dealing with toxic female friendships, especially when you've known them for so long. So what's your opinion? Toxic female friendships. I don't think I've ever had one. I haven't had a toxic female friendship, thank God. But I've like been around other people who are experiencing it and they're like still friends with them. And
that to be so weird.
I feel like that's the wildest thing. Like some things just happen the way they are. Like you can't escape them. You have to be friends with them for that time. Like, of course, it's not your first choice, but that's just the way it ends up being. I guess if you live with them, that's the sort of thing. Things like that. Like housemates and stuff. But like, you can't necessarily get away from because your lives are together. In the same team, or you're in the same uni, you take the same classes. Like, it's hard to get away from them, and it's better for you to keep the peace than for you to cause ruckus. Dealing with it, especially if you've known them for so long, what would you do? I think, personally, if it gets to the point where your lives can separate them, just naturally let the relationship fade out. Yes. If there's situations where you can find ways to not be around them, don't be around them. Make your own plans with separate friends. Yeah. But I think the most important thing is your happiness, and you don't want to be stressed or annoyed by having someone around that really doesn't need to be there. So slowly just pull yourself away. Yeah. What do you have to say?
I agree with everything you said. I agree. So our next topic is managing awkwardness after saying no to a male colleague.
Do you mean in terms of like they've asked to like spend time with you outside of work hours and you've had to say no and now you feel a bit awkward? Yeah. Or is it terms of just in general, you have a male colleague and you don't want to be seen as like rude or anything, so you're just trying to always, you know, be nice and you have to actually say no to someone? I think these situations always happen at work where like a male colleague kind of takes fondness over a female colleague who's just come in. Or do you get what I mean? No? No, carry on. I'm just listening to what you're saying, carry on. As in like, this happens a lot where like there's a male colleague or someone older, not even has to necessarily be older, but a male colleague kind of takes fondness and takes admiration over a female colleague, and you kind of have to kind of set the story straight and be like, no, nothing's gonna happen here, you're just my work colleague. If it's gone on and you keep having to say no, you need to speak to someone you trust. HR. You need to go straight to HR, you need to go straight to a manager, and you need to tell them. Obviously you don't want to, it's a thing of, you don't want to upset anyone.
You don't want it to be awkward.
But at the end of the day, this is where you work.
You want to be happy coming to work. You don't want to feel awkward going to work.
You didn't come to work to feel uncomfortable, to feel like you can't say anything. They also signed a contract when they joined about policy and work behaviour.
Work conduct.
So it's very much a thing of, you need to think about your well-being first and foremost, your mental health. So straight off the bat, you need to be going to HR and say, I'm not feeling comfortable with this person. You shouldn't feel like it's awkward. It's not awkward to say no to someone. Yeah, of course.
Like, if they feel awkward, that's their problem.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel awkward for just saying how you feel and just standing up for what you want.
But if it keeps continuing, then you need to go to HR. I would say not record everything.
Make a mental note of, like, this happened on this day, happened on this day.
You need to have dates. You need to have, like, evidence. Well, not evidence exactly, but you need to be able to give examples where other people were witnesses to certain situations that are happening, and just speak to your HR person, because regardless, we're in a workplace.
This is a place where you're going to come make your money and go home. You don't need any extra stress. No. The next question we have is, what is your most chaotic holiday memory, or top 3 chaotic holiday memories? To be honest, oh my gosh. First one happened in Greece. We were in our second year of uni. We went to Halkidiki, Thessaloniki.
So this was after we went out on a night out.
Yeah, it was like the strip. And it wasn't, the way it wasn't like in Napa where like you could walk 5 minutes and you were on the strip and you were close to your hotel.
Yeah.
It was like a drive to get to the strip, and it wasn't possible to walk home. Like, you had to get a taxi or a car in order to come back.
Yeah. Or we'd be walking on the motorways and there was no, like, headlight.
Or no pavements.
No pavements, no, what's it called? Street lamps.
I remember asking the lady at reception, could we walk back? And
she said it's
not possible. We went to Eden of Shaka.
Yeah.
And then the guy said there's going to be an afters at Angel, or wherever it's called.
So start making your way there.
So if you could walk down the strip to Angel. So we started making our way, but because we're black, we're tourists, we're sticking out, people are dragging us into different clubs.
So but then it got to the point where we were like, we just want to go home. So we tried to call the taxi company that the hotel gave us, and they said, we're not running right now. The next time you can get a taxi is 6 a.m. So we're like, are we going to stay on this strip till 6 a.m. bothered by all these men and people? We're not doing that. So Kyra, in her mind, we're thinking, okay, what are we going to do? Kyra, in her mind, she's gone off, she started her mission. She starts going up to cars that are leaving the club, being like, can we please have a drive 10 minutes down the road?
Lift back to our hotel, please.
This is all I see. I don't know what she's doing. There's 2 girls in a car. It's like a big range.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you guys are driving after you drank?
I think it's very, very common in those cultures, in those places, to people to drink drive.
Yes. So all I remember is Kyra speaking to the girls in the car, and then they just start swearing at her, like, get away from the car, swearing.
And I think, oh my gosh, I'm not about to be involved in a fight with these 2 Greek girls in a huge Range Rover car telling Kyra to get away from the car.
And we're gonna go to Greece prison. I'm not having that. So all of a sudden, Kyra's gone up to the next car, and then all she starts shouting is, get in the car! Get in the car! And we're like, whoa. So, I would not advise this at all. I did not want to do this.
But when 2 of your friends have sat in the car, you can't. Are we gonna stay here, or are we gonna leave? We can't just leave them. So all 4 of us, all 4 of us crammed into the back of the car.
These 2 men were driving this car. We did not know.
And you know what was worse? They couldn't even speak English.
And we're just driving, and I'm thinking, why in the world would you do this? In my head, I'm thinking, I understand you're trying to get us home, but why in the world would you put us in this situation? They could be taking us anywhere.
They
literally know where they're going.
They literally started driving. No direction. We didn't give them no directions, nothing. They literally just started driving. And we were like, wow. And Carol's like, no, he's just going so he can turn around. And I was like, you don't even know.
I have a vivid memory of holding onto the car door handle thinking, if I'm jumping out, I'm ready to go.
She literally was ready to literally throw herself out the car.
And then, thank God, we get to our hotel.
He did turn around.
Yeah, he did.
And then And then we actually gave them a sat nav. I was like, oh, here are the directions. Yeah. And then we actually got back. But we were thinking in the back of that car, the way me and Jessica was screaming. We were crying. We were crying, screaming at them, being like, why would you do this? Where are we going? And Carol's like, just calm down. And now I look back, I'm thinking, these men are probably thinking, why are these girls in the back of the car all screaming at each other?
But also, why are you being so nice? If this was the UK, like, you don't get into any man's car, and they're happily gonna take us to our destination with nothing in return.
I know.
So
when we got to the hotel, Linda gave him money. Like 10. What was it? What's the currency?
10 euros or something. They were like, no. We just want a picture.
I'm literally sitting in the back of the car with tears streaming down my face,
and they just want a picture with us as 4 black girls in the back of their car.
And they're taking. And then we all just got out. Walked to the room.
Silence. Walk to the room.
The next one, we would say, we're not going to go into the full details because this will take ages, but it is us missing our flight home from Ainapa. We were out for ages and we said we're going to go home now.
Because our flight was the next day, not knowing it was actually that night.
Kyra said, no, I want to stay with these girls that we had met. So we said, okay, Kyra, we're going to go home. We're going to walk home. 10 minutes, you stay.
and whatever, can you message us when you get back with the girls? Like, we had
back to their hotel.
Yeah, we go home. We just go get McDonald's on the way home.
Yeah.
Eating our iron up at McDonald's. We're in the hotel room. Kyra hasn't messaged us to tell us that she's met the girls and she's got with them. We're thinking, this is why you should never ever leave your friends. And the one time Kyra says, no, go home, I will go with these girls, they're literally round the corner. The one time we actually leave our friend when you're not meant to do that is the time that she's not responding to us. So we're sitting there, we can't even enjoy our food because we're panicking. Not answering. I'm messaging even the girls that we met.
And then they're like, oh, she's not with us. We're not in the UK. We're in a different country. We're in Cyprus. All I remember, we were eating the McDonald's. All we hear is a knock on the hotel door and it's her. And we're like, oh, thanks. Here you are.
And then she's saying she didn't have service. She was with, who was she even with? She wasn't even with the girls, but she's showing us videos of people racing on the street.
There was a point where we're like, do we have to go back out there and start looking for her?
Yeah.
And then she has the decency to be like, can I have a bite of your burger?
No. You're not having a bite of my burger.
If that's 3, those are the top 3.
Someone asked how to get a good job after uni. Just so you can speak on this. I would say...
You just need to apply.
Apply. Experience is everything.
Experience is everything.
So if you can, like, for example, we're going into, like, creative roles. If you can, like, make your own portfolio
of the work that you've done, if you're a photographer, if you're an editor, if you're a stylist, even not just creative roles, but I feel like with anything,
go and be an intern, go and ask to shadow someone, like literally just have any little bit of experience, it will help you.
And I also think it's important to make your own experiences. That's something that I'm doing, like take the most out of the institutions you're in, whether that's in school, at work. Make your own experiences if you can't necessarily get them.
I'm the type of person, I want to be happy, so I'm not gonna do anything.
Because anyone can go and make money, but you actually want to know that you went somewhere where you actually felt like you learnt and it was worth your time and you gained something from it than just having money just to earn a job. Because what's the point? Because I can be somewhere, but when I look back, what did I gain from it? What did I learn? Is it going to help me with my next job? That's what it's all about. Is there growth aspects and career aspects for growth within the company as well? That's really important.
LinkedIn or just any companies that you admire, go and see if they're hiring. Go and see if you can shadow someone.
And I think also just talking to people, like if you have friends that are in certain jobs and career areas, talk to them and say, okay, how did you get into
that? You don't underestimate how much people are willing to help other people. If you say, I'm looking to get into, I love what you're doing, I'm looking to get into something like this, just message anyone you know who's in a similar field that you want and they will actually help you.
Yeah. Like any place you go, be the best version of yourself, because you don't know in the future if someone's going to call you back or say, we really liked her, we want her to work for us again, or we want her to work for this person. That happens all the time.
Or I know someone who's looking for this type of person.
You guys are perfect. You're perfect for that position. I'm going to put you in contact with them.
Stay positive, keep applying, just keep reaching out. And something will click, and honestly, whatever's meant to be for you will be for you.
No matter how long it takes.
Yeah. The next question, if you were living together and only one of you had a man, would you let him move in with you?
What do you mean?
As in, like, say me and you had an apartment, and we're living together, and then one of us gets a man, are we letting him move in with us?
No.
I think say it was me and that man would move somewhere else. But to be honest, how are you going to pay the rent without me? If we're living here...
He can stay over if he wants. Let's say once in a while he says, "Oh, just can I stay over with you tonight just to spend time with me?" That's fine. But
I get what you mean.
He's not moving in.
That's actually
He's not moving in. If anything, also if I want to spend time with him, I'll go to his place. Or wherever he is at. He can come to me. It's not a permanent living area. No.
Unless we're getting married, then of course I'm going to have to leave and go with him. But he's not living here.
It's not your house. It's our house.
Okay, a little light one. Someone said, what's your skincare routine? We wash our face with the CeraVe Cream to Foam Cleanser. It's a green one. Got the picture on the screen.
Or the salicylic acid one.
Yes, if we're having like a breakout moment.
And then I go on to serum. So I use...
when your face is still damp, we put on our Enquiries hyaluronic acid.
Or sometimes I use the Ghanaian Day Vitamin C Serum. Salicylic acid, Paula's Choice. If I have a couple of spots just in those areas. Then we moisturize with the CeraVe
moisturizing lotion
with the SPF 25 in the mornings.
In the evening, I'll just use like the normal moisturizing lotion.
CeraVe moisturizing lotion on my face. Extra protection, for example, if I'm working at home and I'm sitting in front of the window, I'm gonna apply my Bondi Sands SPF 50 facial sun cream for extra protection.
That's our routine. That's all. Gosh, questions like this stress me out. Do you have similar types? If so, how do you handle dating if you both like someone?
You know what's so funny?
People always ask, do you have the same type? Do you have the same type? I don't have a type. I think loads of different people are attractive. It doesn't matter. If you're good looking, you're good looking.
We can both acknowledge that this person is attractive.
It won't be like Jessica says, oh, and I'm like, ugh. But there are times where you said someone's and I feel like, no.
Yeah, but then it's also not. Then it's not about at that point. It's not about attraction. It's about the vibe between you and that person.
Because I haven't seen the vibe.
You've met them. You've had the vibe with the person. I've had the vibe with the person.
I haven't seen the vibe, so I'm not understanding.
It's never had to be a thing I had to navigate. Because we haven't met the people
we've always
together.
Whenever we've met someone, exactly. When we've met someone, it's been on my accord, and it's been on your accord. I've not even been in that same space.
Crossed, like, even if you're in it doesn't cross paths with the other person.
And it's like when you look back, I'm thinking that person would have never been for me.
Exactly, I agree. They were for Jessie, not for me. And like when people ask me about dating is not dating. What is dating? As in, it's not happening. It's not a process in my life right now. So like funny because it's not funny though.
Most people, that's like the forefront of all their conversations with their friends.
Who am I
talking about that? I'm not talking about that. We're talking about how we're going to achieve our goals in 2024. We're talking about our careers. We're talking about what we want to do for content. We're talking about holidays. We're talking about friendships, platonic relationship. We're not always just talking about boys.
But like even at work, the whole culture and the talk, like everything is about how's your dating life going? Who are you seeing?
Really?
Yes. That's all the conversations. When I first joined, they grilled me on my dating and everything. I have too many other things to worry about. Is it just me? Is it just me? My day-to-day, I'm worrying about work. I'm worrying about everything else under the sun. That's the last thing that's on my mind. It's sad because I don't really care enough because it's just not on my mind.
But you shouldn't have to be actively looking. It's just when they come to you. So
That's me.
That's fine by us. And it's so funny
because we know exactly who this comes from.
Yeah. They said, when are you planning to move out by, and are you moving in with Kyra? This question came from Kyra. Our parents want us to stay in this house
Well, I kind of
for
agree.
as long as possible.
I kind of agree. They're like, stay in your house. They said, do not move out.
Yeah.
Because, I have to say, it feels like I'm saving money, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like I'm saving any money.
Because you're not paying bills, but we are paying bills.
We're still paying bills.
But I guess you're not paying the rent.
We won't move out until, I feel like if I can afford, I don't think we should rent. We should probably just buy. But then we have to have enough for the deposit.
Like, we're gonna put our money together. I'm thinking Kyra wants us to move in with her. That's gonna be like being on holiday with Kyra for 24/7.
Yeah.
The things that would happen, but I also feel like...
But wouldn't we end up wasting money that way?
It depends.
Because then we're gonna end up renting.
But there's also experiences that you can... that you're, like, living with housemates and whatever is an experience in itself. Like, that's so amazing. Imagine the content that we could make in this house. But when we're with like-minded people in that space, do you not know how much we could thrive? It would be, guys, why aren't you filming today? Guys, like, it would be...
You have the opportunity to, like, in the freedom also to film.
So you could actually be making double, triple the amount of money, but you feel like you're losing money by going somewhere else and renting, but you could actually be making an investment in your career.
Yeah. So guys, I think we're gonna end it there for today. We covered a range of things. I feel like I just waffled. I don't know if anything I said made sense. When I edit this back, I'll know. But we hope you guys enjoyed listening to our little twin talk. So make sure you guys follow us
on Instagram,
so you can write in the juicy topics for us to answer, because we'll actually answer them.
And don't be shy. Send in a question. Everyone will remain anonymous.
Yes.
Unless you're Kyra. We'll say yes.
Thank you for bearing with us. We've been away for some time. I was ill for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was just working. Everything's been boring. That's why there hasn't been a weekly vlog. As a shame. It's a shame.
We want to give you guys the best vlogs.
But like, we're literally doing nothing. But hopefully there'll be a weekly vlog soon. But yeah, so thank you so much guys for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.